Samuel Smith's Oatmeal Stout is the beer that we will be reviewing today, my friends. Samuel Smith's Oatmeal Stout has some amazing reviews from some of my favorite beer review websites. It comes in at 5% ABV, and it says, Samuel Smith's Old Brewery Tadcaster, the celebrated Oatmeal Stout. An opaque, wonderfully silky and smooth textured ale with a complex, medium dry palate and bittersweet finish. Well, it sounds delicious. I've never had an oatmeal styled stout before, but as you guys know, I'm the stout drinker. So without further ado, let me get this off of here, and then we will crack into this thing and see how it tastes. Alright, let's give this a pour. Pours very dark brown, almost like coffee, straight out of the bottle. See if we can get a head on it. There's enough left in here for probably about another glass. Oh wow, look at that. Comes up to a nice, about 3-finger head on it. Pours to solid black. Can't see any light through that. However, there is some nice carbonation bubbles going on in here. I don't know if you guys are able to see that or not. It's very dark. Let's give it a smell. Malts. Definitely some malts. Slight tinge of dark coffee. I can smell a little bit of alcohol in this, surprisingly. Maybe some really light caramel, things you'd expect out of a regular stout. So the alcohol is up front, it's very pronounced, and that surprises me, but it has very pronounced alcohol aroma, followed by your maltiness, and then the chocolate and perhaps coffee comes in at the very back. So it's kind of the reverse order of what I'm normally used to in a stout like this. But without further ado, let's take a taste. You know, the aroma, you would never know that there was going to be some really nice sweetness to this, but wow, this tastes really good. And even though I can smell the alcohol, I can't taste it. There's no alcohol presence as far as taste goes. It's definitely strong on the malts. The coffee and chocolate tastes are a bit weak in this one, and they definitely come later on across the back of the palate. It's really the aftertaste where you're getting most of the chocolate and the coffee. That's not a bad thing though. It is pretty smooth. It's not as creamy as some stouts that I've had, but that's not to say it doesn't have a good mouthfeel to it. Very little bitterness. It's like bittersweet chocolate, basically. If you can imagine how bittersweet chocolate is, that's how bitter this is. This is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Highly suggest letting it warm up just a little bit. I've had it before, or no, I've had something similar once before which was very cold, and that does shut down the flavors as far as most stouts are concerned. So I would suggest letting this one warm up a little bit. Head dissipates down to about a 1-finger of head, but it does remain incredibly solid, as you can see in the glass. Solid head. Has really nice wispy lacing. It's not the solid soap lacing that I like to see, but it does have good lacing to it. So yeah, I'd call this a pretty solid stout. It's not the best stout that I've had, but it's definitely not the worst either. I would rate this at a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'd give it a 4 stars out of 5 for this stout. So there you go, guys. This is Samuel Smith's the celebrated Oatmeal Stout. Go out and try yourselves one. Definitely would probably be, once again, a good starter stout. It's not going to make my top 5 stouts list, but it might fit somewhere in the top 10 list for me. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. I'm going to finish enjoying this.